If you're watching this video, then you're probably struggling with playing hands together. Maybe you can play both hands separately without any problems, but then when you try to put the hands together, suddenly everything you thought you had learned just goes down the drain, and suddenly your hands don't cooperate anymore. Well, in this video, you'll learn 4 easy steps to improve your hand coordination and hand independence. And you can apply these 4 steps to any piece you're learning. And I'm going to show you each step with examples, how to do it. And make sure you watch until the end of the video to find out how you can get hold of more than 200 exercises based on the 4 steps I'm about to give you. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Manu from Piano Sight Reading, where I give sight reading tips to piano players. Playing hands together is difficult because not only do we have different rhythms to play in both hands, but we also have different notes to play. So that means we have to deal with both rhythm and pitch. So with the 4 steps I'm about to give you, what we're doing is we're removing pitch and focusing on rhythm to begin with. We can even go a step further and remove or simplify the rhythm so that you just end up with beats. And then we slowly introduce the pitch and introduce the rhythm until we get to the stage we want to get to, which is to play both rhythm and pitch hands together. So let me demonstrate each step. So the first step is where you are tapping the beats in one hand and tapping the rhythm in the other hand. When I say tapping the beats, I'm talking about the main beats. If you're in 2/4, 3/4 or 4/4, you would be tapping the crotchet beats. And if you're in 6/8, you would tap the dotted crotchet beats. But we'll just focus on the common time signatures, which are 2/4, 3/4 and 4/4. And by doing this, what we're working on is coordinating the hands. We're developing a steady beat. We're also gaining a better understanding of where the beats fall in relation to the rhythms in the other hand. Because that's often the problem when we put the hands together, is we're not sure which notes are meant to be played together. By breaking it down and having one hand play the main beat, then we can get a better sense of whether the rhythms fall on the beats or not on the beats. What you can even do to help you is to draw vertical lines in the score to show you where the main beats are. So let me show you an example. I will tap the beats up here so that you can see what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. If you're quite new to rhythms, I would recommend that you count like I just did, either out loud or in your head. It doesn't matter. Whenever you have smaller note values like quavers, I suggest you use a word like and. So 1, 2 and, so you know where to place the second quaver. But if you're more familiar with rhythm, you have a good sense of rhythm, then you could try without counting and just, keeping a steady beat. And once you've done that, you can then swap. So have the main beats in the right hand and the left hand rhythm in the left hand. Step 2 is where you are beating the main beats in one hand, but now you are playing notes on the piano in the other hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then again, you would swap hands and repeat the exercise. So you would have the left hand notes playing while you tap the main beats in the right hand. Step 3 is where you are now tapping the rhythm So you're no longer tapping just the main beats, you are tapping the rhythm of one part and playing the notes of the other part. 1, 2. I did without counting because I do find it easier, but it's up to you. If you're finding it easier to count, then please do so. And then again, you would swap hands and repeat the exercise. And then finally, step 4 is where you're putting both the rhythm and pitch together. There's no need to demonstrate this step because it would just look like normal music. So you could take these 4 steps and apply it to any piece of music. I'll demonstrate this with a piece from Mikrokosmos by Bartok. So the first step would be to tap the rhythm, tap the beats in one hand and the rhythm in the other hand. Now I'll just demonstrate the right hand part, but you would obviously do both parts. And it's up to you. You could either go through the first 3 steps working on the right hand part, the right hand actually tapping the rhythm of the right hand part and then playing the notes, and then swapping, so then the left hand is tapping the rhythm and then the notes. Or you could do it one step at a time, doing both hands. It's up to you. Let me show you the first step for this. And it's always good to give yourself 1 bar in. So I'll do that here. 1, 2, 3. When you're tapping without counting, like I just did, what you can do is actually emphasize the first beats of each bar so that you're aware of where you are in the bar. So you really get a sense of the meter and where you are in the piece. Now the second step, where you're playing one of the hands, so it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Third step is where I'm now tapping the left hand while playing the right hand notes. Okay, and then lastly is where you put the hands together, but you would have to go through the steps for the left hand before you do that.
Okay, and now how do I get a hold of these 200 exercises?
Well, the 4 steps I've given you in this video are based on a challenge I did recently inside the Sight Reading Club called the Hands Together Challenge, and it's where I gave my members sets of exercises each week for the whole duration of July, going through each of the steps. So in week 1 we did exercises to practice step 1, week 2 we practiced step 2, etc. And the exercises you saw in this video were taken from the 12 sets of exercises, and they are all in 2-4, 3-4 and 4-4. And they are all within a 5-finger position, so you don't need to worry about moving your hands around. And they are up to 2 sharps and 2 flats. So again, it's not complicated in terms of notes. And I've also included slightly more challenging exercises with rests and tight notes for people who like to challenge themselves. And each set has around 15 to 20 exercises. So if you do the math, that's about 200 exercises. So that's quite a lot of practice. And And the beauty is that they all come with audio, so you can play along with the audio and then you can tell if you're doing it right or not, and you can change the speed, you can make it slower or faster. Now the challenge will be ending this week, but the exercises will remain inside the Sight Reading Club. If you would like to get these exercises along with many other exercises I've created and other resources, then click on the link in the description. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, then please like it and share it with your fellow musicians. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy sight reading!